Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the Supreme Arena defenses I've come up with for this week, starting with free-to-play team number 1. So this team is going to be using Thorin as a tank. We have Bonnie as the main debuffer and she's going to be spirit marked by the Greyborn Phantomal. We have Nero to spread the Bonnie debuffs, and we also have Satrana to put her sparks onto the nearby allies, and we can then spread more debuffs from Satrana with Nero, with Bonnie, and even with the other heroes we have. Lily May will interrupt an enemy, and also Lily May is a hero that if you've been playing for a while, you're probably Paragon upgrading her because she is one of the strongest PvP heroes out of the Wilder faction. So there we have this team with the Earthshell spell for more survival. That's really important to basically allow the team to last longer, and the Greyborn Phantomal just to work down the enemy team along with your damage over time. You could replace Thorin for Igor, for example. If you have Igor built and you want to run that, that would be a fine option, but Thorin is definitely a good fine option as well, and especially if you haven't Paragon upgraded. Team number 2 is going to be the Theodore Siren combo team with Greyborn Phantomal buffing up Siren. We have the map effect, which is actually really useful here. It is going to allow Siren and Greyborn Phantomal to be prevented from dying on their initial, like, basically fatal blow, and they'll have invincibility for 5 seconds. That's really useful. Theodore is going to energy boost the Siren to try to get off an ultimate quickly into the match. And then also Greyborn Phantomal spirit marking the Siren, so that when Siren plants his debuffs from one of his skills on all enemies, then the Greyborn Phantomal is going to begin hitting really hard. We have Callan here just for more protection for the whole team. We have the Bulwark spell because a lot of allies are going to be granting shields in this comp. Callan, Theodore, Siren, they're all going to be shielded at the beginning. And then Damon as well as shielding. And then the Bulwark spell is going to further basically provide shielding to our frontmost, which will be Damon. So Damon will be even tankier. And where all of the allies are within the range of Callan's shield. We have Ludovic here for healing, which is important. He's also just a strong Graveborn hero, especially for a free-to-play lineup. A lot of people have Ludovic built up, maybe even Paragon upgraded. So that's the whole idea behind this team. Moving on to team number 3, it is going to be the Pandora Shmira combo team. Again, we're going to be using this map effect to give the invincibility to the Graveborn Phantomal, or sorry, the Wilder Phantomal as well as Shmira. Shmira is going to come out of the Pandora's box and hopefully begin nuking the enemy team. Now, the only weakness of Shmira is that her ultimate doesn't instantly nuke enemies. It takes a little bit of time to get going and begin getting your kills. However, this map effect is going to provide more than enough basically survival for the Shmira that she will be able to have those additional 5 seconds to work down the enemy team. And once Shmira begins getting kills, she's going to clean it up from that point on. Ravion is here to buff up Shmira, and then your Phantomal. You have Pandora buffing up charms with the charms, the Ravion damage, Almas as a tank, and then Iron to take an enemy Lily May interruption. This is with the Star Shower spell, just for more damage output, and that is the whole idea behind this team comp. Now, moving on to the mid teams, we have some changes here. We're going to be definitely using Shadewing, because Shadewing is the best debuffer for the Greyborn Phantomal as a target, because of those debuffs right from the beginning of the match. We also have Damon in this team, who will be shielding the Satrana, and Satrana is going to provide her sparks onto all allies on the team. Bonnie is off to the side. She's not going to be, like, jumpable by a Sylvina, so she will not be interrupted. She's going to plant her debuff, and we have a bunch of magic damage on the team. Basically, everyone is a magic damage dealer, so we'll spread the Bonnie and Satrana debuffs very effectively. And then we have the Earthshell spell for the damage reduction and protection, and overall this should be a really good team, especially if you have good Paragon upgrades into these heroes. Team 2 is going to be the improved version of Theodore Siren comp, because you're going to have Nero to take an enemy Lily May interruption if needed. Also, interestingly, we still get to have the invincibility on our Greyborn Phantomal, which is what we want, because Nero is not classified as a ranged hero, so he actually will not take this buff from this map effect, even though Nero with the Supreme Plus skill upgrade is ranged in the sense that he just keeps his normal attacks replaced with one of his skills, which is like map-wide range, basically map-wide range. But yeah, he is not classified as a ranged hero, so he will not be invincible, like, and so that's good because we want the Greyborn Phantomal to be invincible. They're going to buff up energy of Siren. We have Callan again for protection. Then we just have Ludovic kind of up front just to heal the Callan and provide some healing for the rest of the team. With the Bulwark spell, it's going to be going off onto Ludovic. Okay, Moving on to team number 3, it is going to be the same, the Chimera combo with Pandora. However, if you want to look for more pay-to-win options, if you have Marcel built, this is a great option for you to run Marcel in this comp. Marcel actually is kind of better than Chimera, assuming you have the same level of Paragon upgrades between the two, because Marcel is going to be, as soon as Marcel casts ultimate, it begins immediately nuking the enemy. There's like no holding back. Chimera has a bit of a slow start because all of her ghosts have to reach the enemies and then bounce off a few times, and then eventually it will kill them. So Marcel is much faster, and so she is better if you have her same Paragon upgraded or similar compared to Chimera. And other options are you can use Galahad if for whatever reason you don't have Chimera. Galahad will be fine, but Chimera probably is going to be better than Gala. So there we have it for the mid-level of teams. Now we're going to move on to the pay-to-win teams, but before we do that, if you guys are thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated, so thank you all so much for your support. Okay guys, now we have the pay-to-win teams, and the first one is going to be the Ulna Celise Graveborn combo. So Ulna is one of the best spirit mark targets for the Graveborn Phantom because right at the beginning of the battle she's going to haste debuff all enemies, and so the Graveborn Phantom are going to get massive value from that. We also have Damon to buff up and also protect the Graveborn Phantom. We have Ludovic for healing for multiple of our ranged heroes, and then we have Celise as well for more healing. And with the Earth Shell spell, basically you have the enemy is going to have a really hard time of killing you, and your Graveborn Phantom is just going to be nuking them throughout while they try to kill you. That is a whole game plan behind this team. We also have Bonnie because she can plant her debuff, and with our Stroll team like we have here, that debuff is going to get value over time. And we have multiple magic damage dealers on the team. We have the Graveborn Phantom, we have Damon, we have Ludovic. So these are all magical damage dealers, and they're going to help spread the Bonnie debuff. And that is the whole strategy here. And we have Bonnie off to the side so she can't be Sylvina jumped and interrupted, basically. That is our plan. Okay, moving on to team number 2. It is going to be the Dunlinger Gunner Marcel comp, which did really well for me in the previous week. And I think this is just a really, really solid team. Taking advantage of heroes which do really well together. Dunlinger to block the enemy artifact. Callan just for that additional protection. And with the Bulwark spell, you know, Dunlinger is going to be also almost unkillable. Gunner going to provide more shielding to the allies behind him. And also, most importantly, a big attack buff, attack speed buff to Marcel behind him. Dunlinger are going to allow Marcel to cast ultimate, and Marcel's ultimate is going to nuke enemies really hard. And then we have Kulu as well in the back to put up the wall, help us counter the enemy melee teams, and also give more range defense to our entire team. And she's also going to be protected with invincibility from this map effect. And Skyclops, there wasn't really a great position for him, so I just put him on the side here to buff up Gunner. It's better than not buffing up anything. So that's basically the plan here. So this is a very good team. Of course, you don't have to run Marcel. You can run another Hypercarry. You could run Chimera. You could run Gala. You could really run any good range Hypercarry here. But Marcel is a very good option. And all of these other heroes synergize just really well. But like, if you wanted to replace Kulu, you could replace for something like Mahira. It would be okay. But really, I think these three are the best combo. And this team is very strong. Okay, moving on to team number 3, this is going to be the Shadewing Graveborn combo along with the Zoria. Now, don't worry, if you do not have Zoria, you can replace her for even a hero like Igor. You can use Igor and Alicet rather than Pandora and Zoria, basically. But if you're running a Zoria comp, that's why I'm running Pandora here. The whole strategy is Pandora is going to try or basically give the boosted energy to Zoria, which means when Zoria does enter the battle, she is going to be hitting as hard as possible with a 100% attack buff. The other advantage of this is that it delays her actual first active state. Her dormant state is going to last longer for the first time due to the Pandora extra 4 seconds in the box. And then that just gives us more time of the Graveborn Phantom nuking the enemy, Athalia nuking the enemy. That is the whole plan that we have going here. And the Graveborn Phantom is being buffed up in range damage with the Pandora charms, and then the best ally to be spirit marked is Shadewing, and that's who is being spirit marked by the Graveborn Phantom. Now the only thing you might be looking at this is like, well, isn't Pandora a little bit susceptible to being hit? She is, like, you know, she's going to be taking aggro from enemies who are placed in any one of these 5 tiles. However, any enemies who are placed in any of these tiles, even this tile, are going to prioritize attacking Thorin as compared to Pandora. Generally, that's how it works. And Thorn is gonna walk up as well and eventually take more aggro, but usually this should be enough for Pandora actually to still survive those initial 4 seconds, which is all she needs. She's not like, for example, Rainier position swappable, Sylvina jumpable, so like it still is gonna be hard for anyone to actually focus fire and quickly nuke off the Pandora. She probably is going to survive those 4 seconds, which is all she needs to. And then after that, the advantage of also Pandora in a Zarya stall comp is Pandora's box is going to keep casting ultimate even after Pandora is dead. Athalia is going to keep nuking and damaging even after Athalia is dead. And the Grey Worm Phantom is going to keep dealing damage per time even after he's dead. So basically, even when everyone is dead on the team, Zarya is still just going to stall, and then basically you're getting value from all of these other allies. And we're going for Star Shower spell because that is a really good offensive artifact. If you wanted to go more defensive, Light Heal is fine, even Rockbind is fine, but I feel like Star Shower might be a little bit better just for like some higher damage output from Athalia and things like that. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the teams I've come up with for this week. Hopefully it is helpful. Like I said, if you don't have Zarya on this team, I will just quickly show you what else I would recommend running. Could run a team like this, you know, Alicent and Grey Worm Phantom being protected, Alicent giving the buff to Igor, and then again we have Thorin and Shadewing and things like that. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it is helpful. Good luck in your ranking this week, and if you have any other team formations you would like to share, you can copy paste the formation ID in the comment section. Other people can try it out and maybe it will work out well for them. So thank you guys for watching. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.